Hello and welcome to the first video of the lesson, Health Insurance Claims. Here we will learn about various health insurance claims. Let us start with claim management in insurance. One of the key rating factors in insurance is the claims paying ability of the insurance company. Before we look into detail at how claims are managed, we need to understand who the interested parties in the claims process are. Customer. The person who buys insurance is the first stakeholder and receiver of the claim. Owners. Owners of the insurance company have a big stake as they are the payers of the claims. Even if the claims are met from the policyholder's funds, in most cases, it is they who are liable to keep the promise. Underwriters. Underwriters within an insurance company and across all insurers have the responsibility to understand the claims and design the products, decide policy terms, conditions, and pricing, etc. Regulator. The regulator, that is Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, IRDA, is a key stakeholder in its objective to maintain order in the insurance environment, protect policyholders' interest, ensure long-term financial health of insurers. Third-party administrators. Service intermediaries, known as third-party administrators, who process health insurance claims. Insurance agents or brokers. Insurance agents or brokers not only sell policies but are also expected to service the customers in the event of a claim. Providers or hospitals. They ensure that the customer gets a smooth claim experience, especially when the hospital is on the panel of the TPA. The insurer provides cashless hospitalization. Thus, managing claims well means managing the objectives of each of these stakeholders related to the claims. Of course, it may happen that some of these objectives can conflict with each other. As per the industry data, the health insurance loss ratio of various insurers ranges from 65% to above 120%, with major part of the market operating at above 100% loss ratio. Most companies are facing loss in health insurance business. This means that there is a great need to adopt sound underwriting practices and efficient management of claims to bring better results to the company and the policyholders. Thank you. In this next video of the lesson, Health Insurance Claims, we will learn about the challenges faced in health insurance and the health insurance claim process. Here we will cover the following topics. Let us understand the challenges in health insurance in depth so that health claims can be effectively managed. First, majority of the policies are for hospitalization indemnity, where the subject matter covered is a human being. This brings forth emotional issues that are not normally faced in other classes of insurance. Second, India presents very peculiar patterns of illnesses, approach to treatment, and follow-up. These result in some people being excessively cautious, with some others being unworried about their illness and treatment. Third, health insurance can be purchased by an individual, a group, or through a bank. This results in the product being sold as a standard commodity at one extreme, while being tailored to satisfy needs of the customer at the other. Fourth, health insurance depends on the act of being hospitalized to trigger a claim under the policy. However, there is great difference in the charges of all health service providers, whether doctors, surgeons, or hospitals, which make it very difficult to assess claims. Fifth, new diseases and conditions keep occurring, resulting in development of new treatment methods. This makes health insurance more technical, and the skills to handle the insurance claims for such procedure needs constant improvement. And sixth, the fact that a human body cannot be standardized adds a completely new dimension. Two people could respond differently to the same treatment for the same illness or require different treatments or varying periods of hospitalization. A claim may be serviced either by the insurance company itself or through the services of a third-party administrator, TPA, authorized by the insurance company. There are two types of claims under an indemnity policy. They are: cashless claim. The customer does not pay the expenses at the time of admission or treatment. The network hospital provides the services based on a pre-approval from the insurer or TPA and later submits the documents to the insurer or TPA for settlement of the claim. Reimbursement claim. The customer pays the hospital from his own resources and then files his claim with insurer or TPA for payment of the admissible claim. In both cases, the basic steps remain the same. In both cashless and reimbursement claims, the basic steps of the claim process remain the same and broadly comprise of the following steps: intimation, registration, verification of documents, capturing the billing information, coding of claims, processing of claims, arriving at the final claim payable, payment of claim, management of deficiency of documents, denial claims, suspect claims for more detailed investigation, management of claim documents, audit of claims. Let us now study each of them in detail. Claim intimation is the first instance of contact between the customer and the claims team. The customer could inform the company that he is planning to avail a hospitalization, or the intimation would be made after the hospitalization has taken place, especially in case of emergency admission to a hospital. Claim intimation is typically required before hospitalization in case of planned admission and within 24 hours of hospitalization in case of an emergency. Intimation is now possible through call centers run by insurers or TPAs, open 24 hours, as well as through the internet and email. Thank you. In this next video of the lesson, Health Insurance Claims, we will learn more about the claim process in health insurance. The next step of the claim process is registration. It is the process of entering the claim in the system and creating a reference number using which the claim can be traced anytime. This number is called claim number, claim reference number, or claim control number. Once a claim is registered in the system, a reserve for the same would be created simultaneously in the accounts of the insurer. At the time of intimation or registration, the exact claim amount or estimate may not be known. The initial reserve amount is therefore a standard reserve. Once a claim is registered, the next step is to check for the receipt of all the required documents for processing. The following are the most important requirements for a claim to be processed: the documentary evidence of the illness, treatment provided, inpatient duration, investigation reports, payment made to the hospital, further advice for treatment, payment proofs for implants, etc. Verification of documents follows a checklist which the claim processor checks out. Most of the companies ensure that such checklists are part of the processing documentation. Billing is an important part of the claim processing cycle. Documents submitted by the customer are examined to capture information so that the settlement of claims can be done with accuracy. The standard practice is to classify the treatment charges into room, board, and nursing expenses, including registration and service charges. Charges for ICU and any intensive care operations. Operation theatre charges, anesthesia, blood, oxygen, operation theatre charges, surgical appliances charges, etc. Surgeon, anesthetist, medical practitioner, consultant, specialist fees. Ambulance charges. Investigation charges covering blood test, X-ray, scans, etc. Medicines and drugs. Though there are efforts being made to standardize the billing pattern of hospitals, it is common for each hospital to use a different method for billing, and as a result, many challenges are faced by them. Packaged rates. Many hospitals have agreed package rates for treatment of certain diseases. This is based on the ability of the hospital to standardize the treatment procedure and use of resources. Examples are cardiac packages, angiogram, angioplasty, CABG or open heart surgery, etc. Gynecological packages that include normal delivery, cesarean delivery, hysterectomy, etc. Coding of claims. The most important code set used is the World Health Organization (WHO) developed International Classification of Diseases (ICD) codes. While ICD is used to capture the disease in a standardized format, procedure codes such as current procedure terminology (CPT codes) capture the procedures performed to treat the illness. Thank you. In this next video of the lesson, Health Insurance Claims, we will learn about processing of claims. We know that health insurance policy is a commercial contract, and it involves medical terms that define when a claim is payable and to what extent. The heart of claims processing in any insurance policy is in answering two key questions. Is the claim payable under the policy? If yes, what is the net payable amount? Each of these questions requires understanding of a number of terms and conditions of the policy issued, as well as the rates agreed with the hospital in case treatment has taken place at a network hospital. For a health claim to be admissible, the following conditions must be satisfied. The member hospitalized must be covered under the insurance policy. Admission of the patient within the period of insurance. Hospital definition. Domiciliary hospitalization. Duration of hospitalization. There are a number of procedures carried out on daycare basis without need for hospitalization exceeding 24 hours. Most of the daycare procedures are on pre-agreed package rate basis, resulting in certainty in costs. The coverage under OPD varies from policy to policy. For such reimbursements, the clause for 24 hours hospitalization is not applicable. Hospitalization is typically associated with allopathic method of treatment. However, the patient could undergo other modes of treatment such as Unani, Siddha, homeopathy, Ayurveda, naturopathy, etc. Most policies exclude these treatments, while some policies cover one or more of these treatments with sublimits. Thank you. In this next video of the lesson, Health Insurance Claims, we will learn more about processing of claims. Pre-existing illnesses refer to any condition, ailment or injury or related conditions for which insured person had signs or symptoms and/or was diagnosed and/or received medical advice or treatment within 48 months prior to his or her health policy with the company, whether explicitly known to him or not. The reason for excluding pre-existing illnesses is due to the fundamental principles of insurance that a certainty cannot be covered under insurance. In the evolution of health insurance, we come across two modifications to this exclusion. The first is in the case of group insurance, where the entire group of people is insured, with no selection against the insurer. The second modification is that pre-existing illnesses are covered after a certain period of continuous coverage. A typical health insurance policy covers illnesses only after an initial 30 days, except accident-related hospitalization. There are certain illnesses like cataract, hysterectomy, hernia, piles, etc. that are not covered for an initial period, and the waiting period could be 1 year or 2 years or more, depending on specific insurance company's product. The policy lists out a set of exclusions, which in general can be classified as benefits such as maternity, though this is covered in some policies. Outpatient and dental treatments. Illnesses which are not intended to be covered, such as HIV, hormone therapy, obesity treatment, fertility treatment, cosmetic surgeries, etc. Diseases caused by alcohol or drug abuse. Medical treatment outside India. High-hazard activities, suicide attempt, radioactive contamination. Admission for tests or investigation purpose only. The insurance policy also defines certain actions to be taken by the insured in case of a claim, some of which are important for admissibility of the claim. In general, these relate to intimation of claim within certain period. We have seen the importance of intimation earlier. The policy could stipulate a time within which such intimation must reach the company. Submission of claim documents within a certain period. Not being involved in misrepresentation, wrong description, or non-disclosure of material facts. Thank you. In this next video of the lesson, Health Insurance Claims, we will learn more about the claim process in health insurance. Once the claim is admissible, the next step is to decide the amount of claim payable. To compute this, we need to understand the factors that decide the claim amount payable. These factors are sum insured available for the member under the policy. There are policies issued with individual sum insured. Some are issued on floater basis, where the sum insured is available across the family, or policies which are on floater basis but with a limit per member. Balance sum insured available under the policy for the member after taking into account any claim made already. While calculating the balance of sum insured available after deducting claims already paid, any later cashless authorization provided to the hospitals will also have to be noted. Sublimits. Most policies specify room rent limitation, nursing charges, etc., either as a percentage of sum insured or as a limit per day. Check for any limits specific to illness. The policy could specify a certain amount or capping for maternity cover or for other diseases, say cardiac illness. Check whether entitled or not to cumulative bonus. Verify whether the insured is entitled to any no-claim bonus. No-claim bonus often comes in the form of additional sum insured, which in fact increases the sum insured of the patient or insured. Other expenses covered with limitation. There could be other limits. Example, if treatment is undertaken under Ayurvedic system of medicine, usually the same has a much lower limit. Co-payment. This is normally a flat percentage of the assessed claim before payment. The expenses incurred in treating an illness can be classified into expenses for cure, expenses for care. Expenses for curing an illness comprise of all the medical costs and the normal related facilities. In addition, there could be costs incurred to make the stay in a hospital more comfortable or even luxurious. A typical health insurance policy attends to the expenses for curing an illness, and unless stated specifically, the extra expenses for luxury are not payable. These expenses can be classified into non-treatment charges. Once the payable claim amount is arrived at, payment is done to the customer or the hospital, as the case may be. In hospitals, the payment is handled by the third-party administrator. The payment process may vary from insurer to insurer. Payment updates in the system are crucial for handling customer inquiries. Once payment is made, the claim is treated as settled. Processing of a claim requires the scrutiny of a list of key documents. These are discharge summary with admission notes, supporting investigation reports, final consolidated bill with breakup into various parts, prescriptions and pharmacy bills, payment receipts, claim form, and customer identification. Many times, while a claim is being processed, additional information may be required. Managing shortcomings in documentation and getting additional information required is a key challenge in claims management. Thank you. In this next video of the lesson, Health Insurance Claims, we will discuss the documents required to be submitted by the customers for health insurance claims. Here we will cover the following topics. It is the most important document that is required to process a health insurance claim. It details the complete information about the condition of the patient and the line of treatment. As per IRDA standardization guidelines, the contents of a standard discharge summary are as follows: patient's name, telephone number or mobile number, IPD number, admission number, treating consultant or consultant's name, contact numbers, and department or specialty, date of admission with time, date of discharge with time, MLC number or FIR number, provisional diagnosis at the time of admission, final diagnosis at the time of discharge, etc. A well-written discharge summary helps the claim processing person immensely to understand the illness or injury and the line of treatment, thereby speeding up the process of settlement. Investigation reports assist in comparing the diagnosis and the treatment, thereby providing the necessary information to understand the exact condition that prompted the treatment and the progress made during the hospitalization. Investigation reports usually consist of blood test reports, X-ray reports, scan reports, and biopsy reports. This is the document that decides what needs to be paid under the insurance policy. While the consolidated bill presents the overall picture, the detailed bill will provide the breakup with reference codes. Scrutiny of non-payable expenses is done using the detailed bill, where the non-admissible expenses are rounded off and used for deduction under the expense head to which it belongs. The bills have to be received in original. Being a contract of indemnity, the reimbursement of a health insurance claim will also require the formal receipt from the hospital of the amount paid. While the amount paid must correspond to the total of the bill, many hospitals do provide an element of concession or discount in the payable amount. In such a case, the insurer is called to pay only the amount actually paid on behalf of the patient. The receipt should be numbered and/or stamped and be presented in original. Thank you. In this next video of the lesson, Health Insurance Claims, You will learn some more about the documentation required in health insurance claims. Claim form is the formal and legal request for processing the claim and is submitted in original signed by the customer. The claim form has now been standardized by IRDA and broadly consists of details of the primary insured and the policy number under which the claim is made, details of the insurance history, details of the insured person hospitalized, details of the hospitalization such as hospital, room category, date and time of admission and discharge, whether reported to police in case of accident, system of medicine, etc. Details of the claim for which the hospitalization was done, including breakdown of the costs, pre- and post-hospitalization period, details of lump sum or cash benefit claimed, etc. Details of bills enclosed. Details of bank account of primary insured for remittance of sanctioned claim. Declaration from the insured. Besides information on disease, treatment, etc., the declaration from the insured person makes the claim form the most important document in the legal sense. With the increasing use of identity proof across various activities in our life, the general proof of identity serves an important purpose, that of verifying whether the person covered and the person treated are one and the same. Usually, identification document which is sought could be voter's identity card, driving license, PAN card, Aadhaar card, etc. There are certain types of claims that require additional documents apart from what has been stated above. These are accident claims where FIR or medico legal certificate issued by the hospital to the registered police station may be required. It states the cause of accident and if the person was under the influence of alcohol in case of traffic accidents. Case indoor papers in case of complicated or high-value claims. Indoor case paper or case sheet is a document which is maintained at the hospital end, detailing all treatment given to the patient on day-to-day basis for entire duration of hospitalization. Dialysis or chemotherapy or physiotherapy charts where applicable. Hospital registration certificate, where the compliance with the definition of hospital needs to be checked. The claims team uses certain internal document formats for processing a claim. These are checklists for document verification. It is the simplest of all, a check mark placed on the list of documents received to note that these have been submitted by the customer. Scrutiny or settlement sheet. It is usually a single sheet where the entire processing notes are captured, like A. Name of the customer and ID number. B. Claim number, date of receipt of the claim papers. C. Policy overview. Quality checks or control format. Final check or quality control format for checking of claim by person other than the claim handler. It also includes information regarding A. Settlement of claim, B. Rejection of claim, or C. Requesting for additional information. Thank you. In this next video of the lesson, Health Insurance Claims, we will discuss about claim reserving. Here we will cover the following topics. Claim reserving refers to the amount of provision made for all claims in the books of the insurer based on the status of the claims. While this looks very simple, the processing of reserving requires enormous care. Any mistake in reserving affects the insurer's profits and solvency margin calculation. Processing systems today have built-in capability to compute the reserves at any point of time. Thank you. In this next video of the lesson, Health Insurance Claims, you will learn about the role of TPAs in insurance documentation. Here we will cover the following topics. As per the regulations, third-party administrators or TPA means any person who is licensed under the IRDA Third-Party Administrators Health Services Regulations 2001 by the authority and is engaged for a fee or remuneration by an insurance company for the purposes of providing health services. Third-party administrators were introduced as a channel for post-sale services in health insurance. The scope of TPA services starts after the sale and issue of the insurance policy. In case of insurers not using TPAs, the services are performed by in-house team. Now let us discuss the post-sale service of health insurance. 1. Once the proposal and the premium is accepted, the coverage commences. 2. If a TPA is to be used for servicing the policy, the insurer passes on the information about the customer and the policy to the TPA. 3. The TPA enrolls the members. While the proposer is the person taking the policy, members are those covered under the policy and may issue a membership identification in the form of a card, either physical or electronic. 4. The membership with the TPA is used for availing cashless facility as well as processing of claims when the member requires the support of the policy for a hospitalization or treatment that is covered. 5. TPA processes the claim or cashless request and provides the services within the time agreed with the insurer. The concept of third-party administration in health insurance has been created with the following objectives: to facilitate service to a customer of health insurance in all possible manners at the time of need, to organize cashless treatment for the insured patient at network hospitals, to provide fair and fast settlement of claims to the customers based on the claim documents submitted and as per procedure and guidelines of the insurance company, to create functional expertise in handling health insurance claims and related services, to respond to customers in a timely and proper manner, to create an environment where the market objective of an insured person being able to access quality healthcare at a reasonable cost is achieved, and to help generate or collate relevant data pertaining to morbidity, costs, procedures, length of stay, etc. The services that an insurer expects out of the TPA are as follows. Provider networking services. The TPA is expected to build a relationship with a network of hospitals across the country, with the objective of providing cashless claim payments for health claims to the insured persons. Call center services. The TPA is usually expected to maintain a call center with toll-free numbers, reachable at all times, including nights, weekends, and holidays, that is 24/7/365. Cashless access services. It is a facility extended by the insurer to the insured, where the payments of the cost of treatment undergone by the insured are directly made to the network provider by the insurer to the extent pre-authorization approved. Customer relationship and contact management. The TPA needs to provide a mechanism by which the customers can represent their grievances. To make sure that such grievances are resolved as quickly as possible, the insurer requires the TPA to have an effective grievance solution management. Billing services. Under billing services, TPA provides standardized billing pattern, confirmation that the amount charged is relevant to the treatment really required for the illness, and diagnosis or procedure codes. Claim processing and payment services. This is the most critical service offered by the TPAs. It is usually an end-to-end service, that is from registering intimation to processing to recommending approval and payment. Management Information Services. TPAs have to provide relevant data to the insurer for various purposes, and such data must be provided accurately and on a timely basis by the TPA, depending on requirements and MOU with particular insurer. TPA Remuneration. For these services, the TPA is paid a fee on a percentage of the premium charged to the customer, a fixed amount for each member serviced by the TPA, and a fixed amount for each transaction of the service provided by the TPA. Thank you. In this next video of the lesson, Health Insurance Claims, we will learn about claim management for personal accident. Here we will cover the following topics. Personal accident is a benefit policy that covers accidental death, accidental disability, and temporary total disability, and may also have add-on coverage of accidental medical expenses, funeral expenses, educational expenses, etc., depending on the particular product. Claims manager should mark caution and check the following areas on receipt of notification of the claim. Person in respect of whom the claim is made is covered under the policy. Policy is valid as on date of loss and premium is received. Loss is within the policy period. Loss has arisen out of accident and not sickness. Check for any fraud triggers and assign investigation if need be. Register the claim and create reserve for the same. Maintain the turnaround time, claim servicing time, and keep the customer informed of the development of the claim. If any red alert is noticed in the claim intimation or on receipt of the claim documents, claim may be assigned to a professional investigator for verification simultaneously. The main objectives of investigation are to examine the cause of loss, ascertain the extent and nature of loss, collect evidence and information, ascertain if there is an element of fraud or exaggeration of claim amount. Examples of red alerts for personal accident claims discrepancy in the claim documents are multiple claims by same insured, indication of alcohol, suspected suicide, etc. Some examples of possible fraud and leakage in personal accident claims are exaggeration in TTD period, illness presented as accident. Example, backache due to pathological reasons converted into a PA claim after reported fall or slip at home. Pre-existing accidents are claimed as fresh by fabricating documents. Natural death presented as accidental case or pre-existing morbidity leading to death after accident. Suicidal deaths presented as accidental deaths. Let us now discuss the documentation process in a death claim. For death claim, following documents are required. Duly completed personal accident claim form signed by the claimant's nominee or family member. Original or attested copy of first information report. Original or attested copy of death certificate. Attested copy of post-mortem report if conducted. Attested copy of anti-money laundering documents and documents for name and address verification. Legal heir certificate containing affidavit and indemnity bond, both duly signed by all legal heirs and notarized. The documentation process for permanent total disability (PTD) and permanent partial disability (PPD) claims includes duly completed personal accident claim form signed by the claimant. Attested copy of first information report if applicable. permanent disability certificate from a civil surgeon or any equivalent competent doctors certifying the disability of the insured. And the documentation required for temporary total disability claim includes medical certificate from treating doctor mentioning the type of disability and disability period, leave certificate from employer giving details of exact leave period duly signed and sealed by the employer, fitness certificate from the treating doctor certifying that the insured is fit to perform his normal duties. Thank you. In this next video of the lesson, Health Insurance Claims, we will learn about claim management for overseas travel insurance. Here we will cover the following topics. Though overseas travel insurance policy has many sections covering non-medical benefits, its underwriting and claims management has traditionally been under health insurance portfolio because medical and sickness benefit is the main cover under the policy. The covers under the policy can be broadly divided into following sections. A specific product may cover all or few of the below mentioned benefits. Medical and sickness section. Repatriation and evacuation. Personal accident cover. Personal liability. Other non-medical covers include trip cancellation, trip delay, trip interruption, missed connection, etc. In case of overseas travel insurance, the claim servicing usually involves a third-party service provider who has established a network for providing necessary support and assistance all over the world. Claim services essentially include taking down the claim notification on a 24/7 basis, sending the claim form and procedure, guiding customer on what to do immediately after loss, extending cashless services for medical and sickness claims, arranging for repatriation and evacuation, emergency cash advance. Assistance companies offer assistance to the customers of insurance companies in case of contingencies covered under the policy. These companies operate a 24/7 call center. They also offer the following services, and charges for the services vary depending on the agreement with the particular insurance company, benefits covered, etc. The services include medical assistance, monitoring of medical condition during and after hospitalization, delivery of essential medicines, guarantee of medical expenses incurred during hospitalization, pre-trip information, interpreter referral, legal referral, or appointment with a lawyer. Thank you. In this last video of the lesson, Health Insurance Claims, we will learn more about claim management for overseas travel insurance. Claims management approach differs for cashless medical cases, reimbursement medical cases, and other non-medical cases. The steps of the claim management approach are as follows. First, claim notification. Second, case management. Third, claim process. Fourth, payment process. Fifth, hospitalization procedure. Sixth, reimbursement of medical expenses. And seventh, claim documentation, claim notification. As and when loss happens, the patient takes admission into the hospital and shows the insurance details to the admission counter. Assistance company receives notification of a new case from hospital and/or from patient or relatives or friends. Claim procedure is then explained to the claimant. Case management steps. These may vary from company to company. Common steps are listed below. First, Assistance company case manager verifies the benefits, sum insured, policy period, name of the policyholder. Second, case manager then gets in touch with the hospital to obtain clinical or medical notes for an update on the patient's medical condition, billing information, estimates of cost. Third, admissibility of the claim is determined and guarantee of payment is placed to hospital subject to approval from insurance company. Fourth, investigator abroad is selected with the help of assistance company or through direct contact of insurance company. Fifth, assistance company's case manager provides clinical and cost update, progress notes, etc. to insurer in order to obtain authorization for continuation of treatment. Sixth, once the patient is discharged, case manager works diligently with the hospital to confirm final charges. Seventh, assistance company ensures that the bill is properly scrutinized, scrubbed, and audited. Any error found is notified to the billing department of the hospital for rectification. And eighth, final bill is then repriced as per the rates agreed between the provider and assistance company or its associate repricing agent. Claim processing steps. The claims assessor receives and verifies the original bill and further audited by the assistance company. The discount is reconfirmed and the bill is processed. The bill is then sent to insurer for payment, accompanied by repricing notification sheet and explanation of benefits, EOB. Insurance company receives the bill and authorizes immediate payment to assistance company. Payment process steps. Assistance company receives authorization from insurer to release payment to the hospital via local office. The finance department releases the payment. Most hospitals accept guarantee of payments from all international insurance companies once the insured provides them with a valid health or overseas travel insurance policy. Information regarding network hospitals and the procedures is available to the insured on the toll-free numbers provided by the assistance companies. In case hospitalization is required, the insured needs to intimate the same at the call center and proceed to a specified hospital with the valid travel insurance policy. Hospitals usually contact the assistance companies or insurers on the call center numbers to check the validity of the policy and verify coverages. Once the policy is accepted by the hospital, the insured would undergo treatment in the hospital on a cashless basis. Some basic information is required by the insurer or assistance provider to determine admissibility, reimbursement of medical expenses, and other non-medical claims. While processing the reimbursement claims, currency conversion rate is applied as on the date of loss to arrive at the quantum of liability in INR. The payment is then made through check or electronic transfer. Personal accident claims are processed in similar fashion as explained in Personal Accident Claims section. Bail bond cases and financial emergency cases are paid upfront by assistance company and later claimed from insurance company. Claims repudiation of untenable claims follow the same process as for all other claims. Claim documentation for medical accident and sickness expenses includes claim form, doctor's report, original admission or discharge card, original bills or receipts or prescription, original X-ray reports or pathological or investigative reports, copy of passport or visa with entry and exit stamp. Here is a quick look at the topics covered in this chapter. Thank you.